Hey everyone, my name's Kathy. I thought I'd do a video to tell people what it's been like my first month doing Grubhub and UberEats. I decided officially about a month and a half ago, to sign up, and I signed up with all of them, like DoorDash, UberEats, Grubhub, Walmart Spark, Shipped, others too. But I'm on a waiting list with all of the others. About a week after I signed up, Grubhub notified me and said they had approved me, or there was an opening. So I started with them slowly, and then a week after that, UberEats messaged me and said there was an opening also. So I've been doing the two of those for the last month, and it's definitely been a learning experience. So I'd love to hear your guys' experiences too. And what I did before I even decided to sign up, I watched a whole bunch of videos on YouTube and talked to people I know that have done different side gigs and food delivery. So there's a big learning curve, but it's been pretty easy. So I have some notes here. The area I'm in isn't huge. It's probably a medium market, about 50,000 population, and I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so that might give you an idea. But it's not one of the large, like Portland or Seattle, or even the suburbs of those. So it's not super busy. There'll be waves of, lots of deliveries, which is good. But the things I've learned, because I started, right now it's May 2023, I started last month, April 2023. So I learned a whole bunch from the videos that I watched before I even started. Reading the comments especially, sometimes the video itself might have, had a few tidbits of good information, but reading the comments of everyone, what they have gone through and learned, that's been the most helpful. So definitely feel free to write down below what you have learned, or what you agree with and that it's happened to you also, or no, that definitely hasn't happened to you. It seemed to start off, like I said, I started Grubhub first and then UberEats about a week after, and the Dells deliveries, some people call them Dells, the deliveries seem to be kind of on the smaller side money-wise. Not the greatest with mileage, and a lot of videos I watched said, try to aim for at least $1.50 a mile, more like $1.75 or $2 or more. So that's what I had in my head, and it's good to have some kind of minimum to look at when deliveries are popping up. Yeah, so because some deliveries would just be ridiculous, like basically $2 for 2 miles, and that would say tip included. So I rejected those. I got a few, maybe 2 or 3 of those, like in the first couple weeks. I was thinking, no, I'm not doing that. And yeah, they would say like it would be going to 7-Eleven, picking up something, and tip included. So I wasn't gonna bother with that. I'm gonna see if this lightens up a little. So let's see. So yes, I'm aiming, once in a while I'll do one that maybe the dollars to miles isn't the greatest, but instead of, rejecting over and over and over again, because I've noticed that Grubhub especially doesn't like that. Everyone says it doesn't affect you, but I think they show you, like in the app, or they'll send you messages that, okay, you've rejected 3 in a row, we're going to mark you as unavailable because you aren't taking any. And then when you look at it, you're thinking, well, those are ridiculous orders. Like 13 miles for say $7, which I just got one of those popped up maybe an hour ago, and because then you have to drive back, so that's basically 26 miles. And that one was also tip included. That one was Uber Eats, which they can adjust the tip, which is great if they adjust it in the positive. I haven't had any, thank goodness, that have decreased it. Let me know if you guys have. I've heard of that happening, or tip baiting, where the customer will put a huge tip and then they take it away after it's been delivered. Thank goodness I haven't had that happen. Yeah, I've had a lot of increased tips. So however Uber Eats does that, to when it pops up on the customer screen to finalize it, and they have up to an hour afterwards to finalize it. So yeah, about half the time they increase it, even if it's just a tiny bit, it's great. Or if they don't increase it, a lot of tips are really good. And I was keeping track, like the first couple of weeks, of the payout, and then also tips and mileage and what time of the day it was. But I stopped doing that probably after about 10 days, because you kind of get to know the busier times, the dollars to mileage, and yeah, so now you can just kind of see, what you're getting tipped. And like right now, my tips are definitely half of my pay. I think Grubhub pays you every Tuesday by the time it goes through, sometimes Monday by Tuesday, and then Uber Eats pays you on Thursday. So that's nice, having money come in a couple times a week, and you can look at it and see, all through the week what it's looking like. And it'll break down your fare compared to what your tips are. And tips have been really big, thank goodness. People are very generous. Let's see, one thing that's a bummer is the driving, obviously, with gas prices. And I don't have a small car. It's not a huge SUV, it's like a mid-size SUV. So I'm just trying to keep that in mind. And it's not a new one. It's almost 20 years old. So I'm hoping that, nothing goes wrong with that. It's been good the whole time I've had it, for several years now. But filling up at least once a week is kind of a bummer, especially, if it's $40 or $50. And that might be when it's not all the way empty, but I know everyone's going through that all the time. And even when gas prices a year or two ago, when they were extremely high. So let's see, there are better orders now, a little bit. Just today I crossed I could get points with Uber Eats, and I guess at the beginning of every month it starts over at 0. And then depending on your deliveries, if you do like a lunch delivery, I can't remember if it's 2 points, and then dinner deliveries are 3 points each, something like that. And then all other times might be 1 point. So they, obviously want you to deliver during the busy times. And so once you get to 100 points, you get to a different level, and then it starts over. I believe I read that since it's almost the end of May right now, I'll keep these points, and then in June I can work towards the next level. So hopefully that's right. And I'm hoping that with each level you get better deliveries sent your way, like better payouts. And because I watch so many videos on YouTube of delivery drivers that get these incredible payouts with not just the tips, but just the delivery pay. So I'm hoping within the next little bit I can see things changing with that. Like today is on Uber Eats, I think it's like a bonus pay. What did they call it? anyways, so it's like a bonus pay. If you do 2 deliveries, you get an extra $4. So I did that, and it was between like 11 and 2. So and it's a Sunday, I purposely worked during this time. I'm still working it, and it's just slow at the moment, so I thought I'd do this video. But yeah, so I'm trying to watch now that I know what to look for with commission pay, bonus pay. I know they all call it something different. Yeah, so let's see, what else was I gonna go over? Let me know if you have anything to add down below with your first month. I was gonna do the first week of working, but then that turned into about 10 days, 2 weeks, and then before I knew it, I'm at a month, and I'm still learning so much, like every day, with just, you know, and I'm getting to know the area I'm in, with where to park downtown, and there's a lot of hidden apartments and houses downtown that are hard to find. And oh yes, I was going to mention, sometimes like when I first started, both of the apps, Grubhub and UberEats, were working fine. And then after about 2 weeks, they started freezing up, having glitches. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have had the same thing happen. I was really getting frustrated because 2 times it was on deliveries. And so as I'm driving and I don't know where to go, it just freezes up. And I'm looking at my screen and it's not moving at all, but I'm moving. And oh my goodness. So I had to pull over. The first time I pulled over, just waiting for it to refresh, and it finally did, and I actually pulled over at the place I was delivering to, so that was handy. But then the next time, a few days later, I was driving down this area, froze up again. I think it was the same app. I think it was Grubhub, because I don't think I was having any problems with Uber Eats. And so I'm going, yeah, to make a long story short, I didn't know where I was going and had to pull over, restart my phone, get stuff going. It took a long time. Finally got to the street, but then the house number was wrong, and the house next to it that had the number wasn't the actual delivery spot. That was a whole ordeal. I had to call customer service. So to make a long story short, and I need to wrap this up, I restarted my phone, did all that, closed out everything. But what helped, and now I haven't had any problems whatsoever, I cleared out all the cookies. And if you don't know how to do that, just Google it, and that's what I did, and just went through that a couple times just to make sure. And it's been, knock on wood, completely fine ever since. So yeah, let me know down below what your first month or even first week experience has been, and give it a thumbs up if you got anything of importance from this video. I never ever thought I'd be doing a video, and didn't think I'd ever be doing food delivery, but with things going on and life changes, it's been really good. So I will wrap this up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, take care. God bless. Bye.